Basic knowledge of irritable bowel syndrome. The term irritable bowel syndrome often confuses people who come across this, regarding what this illness is all about. Most of them are amazed at the several symptoms linked to it. What is irritable bowel syndrome? Understanding this illness requires one to have a basic knowledge of the following aspects. 1. Symptoms. There are certain common manifestations associated with irritable bowel syndrome in humans. The syndrome could be very well understood by the way these symptoms affect the body. The question "what is irritable bowel syndrome?" was really hard to be answered by anyone formally. Irritable bowel syndrome is actually not a disease. It is associated with several symptoms and hence called a syndrome. This is because a few symptoms of the disease oppose each other. For example, while some people affected with the syndrome are subject to diarrhea, some others suffer from constipation. 2. Causes. As mentioned above, irritable bowel syndrome is not a disease, but rather a disorder. As long as one wishes to understand the term, it is of importance to know it. The major reason that the term is misunderstood by many people is that they don't really know its causes. Some of them think that it is an irritation caused to the stomach by some food that interferes with digestion. Others are of the notion that it is due to some bacteria or virus. However, one major point to be kept in mind about irritable bowel syndrome is that it is in fact not caused by anything. Irritable bowel syndrome is a condition in which the bowels don't function properly. This eventually leads to several symptoms related to it. 3. Triggers. Many things trigger the occurrence of the syndrome. Among them, two major ones are as follows. A. Stress. Many studies have evidence that stress has got a strong effect on the symptoms of the syndrome. In reality, the realization of having the syndrome by someone can itself be stressful, which can, in turn, trigger the symptoms. This is why counseling plays a significant role in the treatment of the syndrome. This makes the people take up alternative therapies for treating the syndrome. Some of them pursue yoga or follow acupuncture to relieve stress. B. Food. Eating improper food can certainly trigger its symptoms. People having the syndrome should refrain from foods with a high content of fat. Alcohol is also a major trigger of the syndrome, and hence should be avoided by those having it. 4. Treatments. Acquiring knowledge about irritable bowel disease involves knowing the several treatments used to alleviate the symptoms. Many drugs are available in the market that helps fight its symptoms. However, it is incurable, as it is a syndrome and not a disease. All that a person affected with the syndrome ought to do is to keep symptoms in control by taking up different treatments such as relaxation techniques and specialized diets. Now you will definitely have an answer to the question "what is irritable bowel syndrome?"